On today's show, Steve loses his mind and takes over the show again.
Scott tries to follow along, but I just...
Hey, I'm going to list all the show topics because this might be all I get to say during the show. Because Steve has been channeling Robin Williams and throws the subject board out the window. So here are Steve's show subjects. Nevada schools and schools in general. What hiring managers are looking for. Don't get hired, just own the business. And do lazy people have an advantage by being focused?
And I let Scott remind you at the end of the show to enter our poster contest. Welcome to What Happened in the World Today. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott. And this is a tale of how bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
And we're going to talk about what we've noticed is going on in the world today. And
lots of things.
I live in Nevada. And guess what?
You're not a gambler.
I'm not a gambler. You can't be a gambler and live here. Those places weren't made that big. They didn't grow that big. They didn't make that much money to make them that big by people winning.
Correct.
But no, the school system here is 51st in the United States.
Still? Second year in a row? Or
there's only 50 states. Maybe I went to the school system here. How could that be? No, they even include District of Columbia in on the contest. Is that on the grading?
Sort of.
It's not a good contest if you're 51st out of 50 states.
But I don't think they counted Puerto Rico, did they?
They did not count Puerto Rico, and they did not count Guam.
Okay. Or the Virgin Islands, yeah.
Yeah, Micronesia. So thank goodness, because we could be worse off. Dead last, 51 out of 50 states with the District of Columbia. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yes, it is, which is really strange.
But they jumped out right away, and they came up with all kinds of reasons why. I know
what the number one reason is.
Why?
Because it's all fake news.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not fake. I mean, our education system in the United States is struggling, and we need to fix that because that's our future. And our future is, we have to take better care of our future. We've kind of screwed up the kids.
Yes.
Because, we're not going to have them go through what we went through. So we made them.
Right.
Our generation made them, and then we gave them participation trophies for everything. So, or worse than a participation trophy, there's actually, I saw a trophy the other day. Congratulations, 14th place.
How cool is that?
I'm like, who got the 15th place trophy? What, 14th. To actually put the place on there, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's different. I mean, life is changing. Life around us is changing. How millennials act, how millennials see the world, what millennials are doing for jobs, and all that is totally different.
It is.
Now,
it freaks me out.
Yeah. Now, do you have to hire? Are you in the process of hiring anybody or anything for working with you on the DJ side or on the bus side or anything like that?
Honestly, the DJ business still has not come back, which I do not understand, but I think we talked about this before. People aren't getting married like they used to. They're not having big parties like they used to. And that was the biggest part of our business.
You're also in a smaller market.
That is true. If we're in the city, it would make a big difference.
Yeah, if you were in Chicago, you can get in there and be competitive, but you are not. You're from the way where it's not cost effective for you to be competitive and make the trip in.
Yes.
Because you'd eat up all your money just on the fuel alone to get there.
Exactly.
So that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I've noticed there's a different way of having to talk to people based on their age. So someone who is 35 years or younger right now pretty much communicates through their phone.
Correct.
And you go to somebody who's over 35 and
not with their voice.
Yeah. No, they're on their phone. They're picking it up and they're on it. And if you go with somebody who's over 35, you'll talk to them and they'll be like, well, here's what we do. When we're out to eat, we put all our phones in the center, and the first person who grabs their phone has to buy the meal. If you were to say that to someone under 35, they go, are you kidding me? I'm not putting my phone in the center of the table. It's not happening. I'm not doing it.
No.
So there's definitely ways to communicate with people that are different. And one of the things that I've noticed as a hiring manager, someone has to hire somebody, you actually have to you've got to get these two generations to work together.
Yes.
You have this generation that has all of this knowledge of working on the job, and then you have this younger generation which has a lot of knowledge about other things.
Correct.
They have their own skill set. And you hear all the sayings, oh, you can't be on your phone all the time, kid. It's very distracting. But if you're under 35 and your workplace takes your phone away from you, you're like, I don't want to work there.
That's right.
I don't want to work there. I don't want to. You can't take my phone away from me. And then over 35, they're all like, get off that damn phone. They become that guy. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn.
Exactly. The thing that makes it even harder, though, is they want us to change our way of doing business to make them fit in better. But how, let's go back to the baking business, because we both did it. And from the minute you start baking till the minute you're done, you can't stop, because if you stop, things go wrong.
Right. Well, yeah, let's put it this way. The food's on a timer. It's on its own timer. When the donuts are rising and you're doing it, it's perishable food. So it's not, the food has its own timeline. Is that the word? But you have to continue your business, to grow your business. You need to adjust for the millennials, because they're the ones who are going to be doing the work for you, and you have to adjust your business for it. And to
an extent, but they also have to learn that work is work.
No, it's not.
I know they don't want to, but they have to.
It's not. They have their own skills. They have their own thing. You need to learn how to work with them. And you sound like the 45-year-old guy who doesn't want to work with the younger kids because their generation is too soft. And I'm telling you, you have to change your way of thinking to be able to work with the younger generation. Just like if you're going for a job right now on an interview, you have to act differently depending on how your interviewer is, how old your interviewer is.
Right.
You have to judge if your interviewer is over or under 35, because it's going to make a difference how you act in the interview, whether you'll get the job or not.
Correct.
So did you know what the number one thing that will exclude you from getting a job still, even if they're over or under 35? Under 35 will forgive it a little bit more, but it's still the number one reason they won't hire you.
I'm going to have to say a criminal record.
No. And there's some jobs where that doesn't matter, but it's not. Believe it or not, if you did a good screening process, you've already screened somebody out for that. If you tell them, hey, look, we can't hire you if you have a felony or anything like that, you've already screened them out. But
okay, I see.
The biggest part of the interviewing is being on time.
Yes, that would make sense.
Get there on time. Get there ahead of time.
Now, I'm a little curious about that, because everything I'm hearing is, not just hearing, but have dealt with, is that time is relevant to them. It's on their schedule.
And you're already talking like it's the us or them.
I know. It's weird. I don't want to, because I also know young people that bust their ass when they work, and I love it. It's just, I've worked hard all my life. As you know, I started working at age 7 because it was a family business. Yep. And the first thing that you will learn is to do your job, do it right, and do it as efficiently as you can. Screwing around at work is not usually a good idea.
See, and that's the wrong message. That's the wrong message we're sending. And in the book that I'm writing, I talk about that. The reason that there's a 1% that makes all the money and there's a 99% that does all the work and doesn't get any of the money is because we were taught that growing up. We were taught the wrong things by our parents. We were taught, go work hard and they'll take care of you. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. You want to be an owner. You want to own the business. You want to run the business. And you're not necessarily the smartest person either. The people who run the business are like, I'm smarter than him. Yes, you might be smarter than them. But guess what? He's running the company. He owns the company. He's making all the money. And he's smart enough to employ you. So he doesn't have to know everything. He's just smart enough to know, okay, I'm going to run the business. I'm going to make all the money. I'm going to take all the money. And I'm going to get that smart guy over there to do all the work.
Exactly.
Because that smart guy, that smart guy over there was told by his parents that you're very smart. You're very intelligent. And you should work really hard. And if you work really hard, they'll take care of you. Well, that's not the truth anymore. That hasn't been the truth ever, actually. The people who make the money are not the smartest people. They're the people who leverage your work for them. So,
but that is also a type of smartness.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
They're smart enough to know that.
Know that, but that's what they were taught, right?
See, as you know, I own 3 companies.
Right.
And, I have employees. And the concept is when things are good, I don't have to work as hard as I am now.
Sure.
Because when things are good, there's enough cash flow. I can hire more people to do the work. With the economy not springing back here, which is still annoying, I'm doing almost all the work myself because I can't afford to pay other people to do the work for me.
Right.
Very frustrating.
Yep, time to start another business.
Yes.
Oh, let's start a YouTube show.
That's why we're doing this.
Bad life decisions led to a YouTube show.
That's right.
But 83% of managing hires said they would be impressed if the employee provided a portfolio or sample work. Now, I never even thought about that as part of your job, right? Because on your resume, you kind of talk about what you do, but when you list it out, do you list it out that I was responsible for this, I was responsible for that, I was responsible for it? But do you put on there that, hey, I took a team with a budget of $100,000 and got them to complete a project which was scheduled for 6 months, completed in 5 months with checkpoints along the way, and created the work schedule for that? I mean, actually listing out specific things that you've done for that job and tailor it towards the job you were trying to land.
Exactly.
Okay.
Most people don't. I know I never did.
Right? Because ultimately you're working while you're building your business. Because ultimately you should be working towards you owning the business, you owning a business, going into business and doing something you like. So you got to find something you like. That's something else, right? Hey,
yes, very much so.
Do what you like and you'll be the best at it and you'll enjoy it and it won't be work. So you go somewhere to make money while you're working on doing what you like. The Koch family. I don't know if you know who the Koch family is. They're a very rich family. They do a lot of, this is political as I'm going to get. They do a lot of fundraising for the Republicans.
Correct.
Very rich family. They got when the tax cut came through, they got burned for, oh yeah, the tax cut didn't affect me. Only, the Koch saved all this money. The one son of the Kochs has a shirt company. His dad said, go do a shirt company. You want to do something fun? You don't want to be in a family business? Fine. Go figure out what you're going to do. He didn't tell him go work hard for somebody else. He says, go do your own company. So the kid's got a shirt company. He's down in Florida. He's making high-end shirts with designs on them and selling them. The Koch shirt company. I mean, he's got it. Why not? But his dad told him different than what your dad told you, what my dad told me. So you don't want to do that. So we talked about 83% would like, if you had a portfolio, 75% said, hey, arrive early. Now here's the last part. 55% said they liked it if the interviewee followed up with a single email or phone call. Single, one.
Yes.
One. Don't annoy them. Don't become, but just say, hey, it was a real pleasure. Thank you very much for meeting with you. Look forward to working with you, and I'll start. Because you have to get your experience somewhere, right?
That's correct.
And with the younger generation, if they could just come in and bring their experience and learn from the people who are already there, they could take those skills on to the next thing that they're going to do. And if that's owning their company, they can learn how to go ahead and be productive, learn how to run the company, get that experience. There was a book out that says to be an expert in anything, you have to work 10,000 hours at it. So you're going to get your 10,000 hours in, and then you could take what you've learned from this job and apply that towards owning your own company, towards being the boss, towards doing those things. And that's what we've done. We've taken all the experience that we've had over our life, and I'm doing it into writing my book. I've got the clothing line that I'm working on that'll come out. Soon I get the rest of the branding done for all of our shows so that we're all the same. But that's going to be it. It's going to be Steve and Scott, what happened to the world today? It's going to be what happened in Las Vegas today for me. It's going to be
Fun Guy the Entertainer for me.
Entertainer for you. And then we're going to do cooking segments coming up. So we'll have, some cooking videos up on there. Scott will be cooking with animal products, and I will be cooking with whole food plant-based products.
Right.
And are you getting healthier yet? Because we have talked about that.
I have, and yes, my numbers have been very good.
And you're doing that with your tester, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your numbers are at a point now where you could pass your test and you're under control, right?
I would be willing to bet because that A1C number is a 3-month thing. So even though my numbers have been great for the past, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now, it's not 3 months. So it's not perfect, but I'll have passed already.
Okay, so if you continue on what you're doing, if you go back up,
I haven't. Yeah, as long as I don't go back to my old habits. Now, I had a little trouble this weekend. It wasn't terrible, but it's very, I'm going literally 14 hours between dinner and lunch without eating.
Dinner and lunch.
I only eat 2 meals a day. I eat lunchtime and I eat at dinner.
We talked about that.
The problem is I eat dinner usually. Actually, we're going to try to eat it a little earlier, but that makes it even harder. But we've been eating dinner at about 6:30 at night. Okay, I go to bed at 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't eat anything from the time I finish dinner till I go to bed, and then of course you don't eat while you're sleeping. When I wake up in the morning, I'm never hungry.
You might be sleepwalking. I don't know. Have you videotaped yourself?
Well, the cool thing is nothing's missing, so I know I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, my sleep number bed.
Yes.
Sleep IQ tells me when I get out of bed.
Oh, okay. So you do have a record of when you're leaving.
So it tells me if I get out of bed, and if I only got out of bed once, I go, oh yeah, I went to the bathroom.
Okay.
Now if it says I got up 3 times and I went to the bathroom once, I'm going to start getting a little nervous.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, my numbers are, literally I've had them as low as 88.
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah, between 80 and 130 120 is what they want. 80 and 120.
Right, 120 is 120 or lower. Because my buddy Albert has the same problem. Another meat eater. Gosh, I don't have that problem.
Yeah. Well, did you have the problem before you switched?
No.
Yeah, see, it's a genetics thing.
I know, problem.
Because
but I don't want you to die. We're just setting this show going, so you got to stick around.
Yeah, because my brother eats the same stuff I do, and he's got perfect blood sugars.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
How about weight? Have you lost any weight?
Yeah, well, I made the mistake. Normally when you go in for your test, they also weigh you. For some other reason, they didn't, and they never forget, and I forgot. So the only reason I know I've lost weight is I'm on another new notch in my belt.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, that's important. We all have to take care of ourselves. And another thing that our parents didn't tell us when we go work hard and we're all stressed out and the cortisol levels are high and we're holding all this weight because we're all stressed out and cortisol levels are high.
Yeah.
Is you need to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because no one else is going
Especially if you're married.
Even if you're not married, you just need to be taught to take care of yourself. Again, that's that mindset that we were taught, which is wrong. Our parents, God love our parents, but they taught us the wrong things.
Yeah, well,
you need to take care
they were taught.
You need to take care of your body. You need to do the things that you need to do so that you're whole, that you're good, and then everything else falls into place. You'll be happy. You'll be healthy.
Yes. But you know what the best hole I like is?
What's that?
Donut holes.
Donut holes. That's a problem. I'm gonna have to go to a vegan bakery and send you some vegan bakery stuff because it's so good now. I'm telling you, it's so good now. But did you know that lazy people actually do smart things?
I would assume that is the case. It's just because they're lazy doesn't make them stupid.
Well, it's kind of funny. They came out with a list of the top 5 things that lazy people do. Okay.
Yes.
If you kind of boil them all down, it's really one thing. They're so lazy that the 5 things that they do is one thing. So we'll list the 5 things, and I'll tell you the one thing that they did.
All but the one thing is the same, I think. But
I think they're all the same. But look, okay. So they automate their own jobs. Okay. So instead of them doing the work, they create a system and they automate it.
Yes.
Right? Okay, it makes sense. That's how you run a good business, is by automating.
Correct.
So if you had a little donut maker when you had a donut shop that would just automatically crank out the donuts, that would have been way better. Then you'd be called lazy.
Correct.
Okay? They establish
donuts wouldn't be as good, but yeah.
How do you know?
Because I know. I did work in a bakery that it was automated, and they're not as good as handmade. It's just the way it is. A machine can't give the TLC. They just can't.
Okay, if you say so. I think you can. I think you got to set the machines up right.
You can come close. I mean, Krispy Kreme's did a halfway decent job.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme's making it. Well, okay, so.
They've lost a lot of business, too.
You just shot me off on a tangent. What is the best hamburger place that you go to?
Well, Steak and Shake.
Okay. Do you notice you didn't say McDonald's?
Yes.
You notice you thought, oh, Steak and Shake, or you were thinking of another place. It wasn't McDonald's. Do you know who sells the most hamburgers?
Well, of course, McDonald's.
Because they automated it, made it a routine, and it's consistent, and it's always not the best.
You're 100% correct. As you know, I used to work for McDonald's, and I was actually supposed to go to Hamburger U.
I did go to Hamburger U. I graduated. I went to the VOC, basic operating course. Go ahead.
The number one thing was, no matter where you go in the world, that burger needs to taste the same, period.
Yep.
Granted, they could have other items on their menu that are unique to the region.
Right.
But the core, a Big Mac in England, a Big Mac in Japan, a Big Mac in Turkey, it tastes like a Big Mac here.
That's right.
Period.
That's right. That's the whole thing.
Yep.
They automated the jobs and they established routines.
Yes.
And we're rapidly. I got on a soapbox today, and I threw you off because I saw you looking at the subject board.
I'm like, it's not on my board.
What order is he going in? So I kind of shanghaied the show.
Yeah, you do that every once in a while.
I do that. Well, when I'm passionate about something,
yes,
it's what happens. But they establish routines.
Yes,
they do the same thing over and over and over again. As lazy, but that's organized. They establish a set of guideline, a set of guiding principles.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to do it because this is what I believe. Right.
That's right.
That's lazy, but that's also the same kind of thing. You've automated it. You've established routine. You've established your guidelines of what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. I'm going to eat healthy, so you're going to choose healthy food. I'm going to work out, so I'm going to do healthy things, right?
That's right.
They delegate. They get other people to do the stuff they don't want to do or doesn't fit into
their routine.
Have somebody else do that. It's not part of my routine.
For sure. Yeah.
Right? Genius. Now you're becoming an owner, right? You're becoming an owner. And then have a uniform. And the two famous uniforms that everybody talks about is Mark Zuckerberg, right? He's got his gray T-shirt and his hoodie. And then Steve Jobs with the black turtleneck. Yes. I love the fact that Steve Jobs said, the reason I wear the same clothes every day is so I don't have to make another decision during the day. My decisions affect billions of people, and the billions of people I don't need to waste my time on deciding what I'm going to wear. I need to decide what billions of people are going to do every day.
Yes.
So, okay. Now, yes. But these are the 5 things that lazy people do.
Right. And you know who comes to mind when I read this list?
Me.
No. You're familiar with the cartoon Willie and Ethel? That's Willie.
That's Willie?
Willie. Willie can't keep a job because he's lazy.
Okay.
Although he is the literary the head of the literary committee at the Taverley.
Okay. But the main thing is focus.
Yes.
On all these things, it's focus. It's staying focused, staying driven on your path, not going scattered all over the place, not being like what we've talked about, squirrel, and then being distracted. So in this article, I would guess a lazy person actually has an advantage.
Yes, definitely.
So with that, I want to say thank you for watching.
And if you feel our show is not a bad life decision,
and please subscribe, watch our other shows and channels. Make sure you enter. We're rapidly running out of time.
Oh, goodness, fast. Yes.
Yeah. Rapidly running out of time. The month is almost over. To win the poster, put a comment on the bottom of any one of our videos for what happened to the world today. Say, I want the poster.
And then get a friend to do the same and have him say that you recommend him to subscribe to our show, and you and him both get another entry.
So plenty of ways to get that. Then you can also do the same thing on what happened in Las Vegas today. Subscribe, put a comment. That's another entry. Get the friend to do that. That's 2 more entries. And then go to Fun Guy the Entertainer. That's yours.
Ta-da, it's me.
Fun Guy the Entertainer. Put the comment down there. So it's unlimited and the amount of entries you can have in there. And after March 31st, we will do the drawing. and then we will send the poster out to one of our lucky viewers.
Yes.
So I want to say, please live every day, and we'll see you at the next show.
And have a good one.
Crazy. Just